Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome to another Ninja Gato show. Today we are catching up with my friend CheesyBreadCat, who is awesome cosplayer and awesome friend and moderator. So everyone say hello to CheesyBreadCat! Cheesy.
Hello. Hello.
Well, how have you been? How have you been?
Tired off the
Tired.
face of this earth.
Wait, what have you been up to?
Uh, well, my college semester as a full-time student is currently in full-time swing. We have gone to 3 Ren fairs recently. One of those was a 2-day thing. Um, and then we also went to Teco. So it's been busy.
Damn, you are a busy cat. You are a busy cat. Full-time student, also working, also going to Ren fairs, also making
Mm-hmm.
cosplays, also putting together Ren fair outfits, while having 2 cats, while also wedding planning, right? You are wedding planning. You
Oh
are,
yeah.
I think the first time I interviewed you, you had just gotten engaged, so that was
This is
exciting.
true. Oh my goodness, it's been like almost a little over a year now, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You're wearing your ice, your bling.
Of course I am. When aren't I?
Nice, there you are. So yes, she's a happily
It's
engaged
totally
cat.
not focusing. There it goes.
There- Wow. So yes, as per usual, let me shout you out and pin your channel so people know where to find you and be able to hang out with you when you're not
I
hanging out
stream
with Gato.
sometimes.
You
I
stream when you
promise.
can. You stream when you can. So let me shout you out. Let's see what random clip comes out.
I remember I was doing this for them, but they're gone. Yeah, see, he's talking about his wife and kids.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they're there.
Stray.
Yes, they're okay.
Yeah,
That was my old setup
it was
too.
Wife
long
and kids,
ago.
they're fine.
Wow. So you've evolved since then.
I have. My setup has become more girly. It's more put together, I feel. I'm
Interesting.
embracing my love for pink, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, you do. Yes, I noticed you've got like a pink keyboard, pink accessories, pink razor headset.
My cover on my Xbox controller is also pink.
Oh, wow.
We love it.
You got a pink.
Fun fact, my favorite color is actually sage green.
Interesting. I'm gonna say,
Pink is just easier to find in technology.
wow. Actually, I think pink looks good on you. I think it brings
Thanks.
brings out your eyes, and I think it complements you. So I think it's a good addition. So, all right. Her sage green is also pink. Okay, split fire. Okay. Okay, so we have seen you have busy. So let me pull up some. You sent me some pictures, so I will pull that up. Right now we're just looking at stream, but I saw this one immediately. What is going on here?
Yes.
Who is
So
this?
that's my fiance. That's
Mhm.
Scoundrel.
And scoundrel. With a little
Um,
scoundrel?
Sadly no. So that was at Teco.
Mhm.
One of the fun things that Teco does that I really enjoy, is they bring in different adoption agencies. Like this one was a cat adoption agency, and then they had a bird rescue place like down the hall. And people got to adopt the cats from the con, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
just
Oh,
it's nice.
nice.
If we lived in our own house, we would have definitely brought 2 cats home, but we don't right now.
Working on that. Yep. Understood.
For sure.
Understood. Gotta finish school. Gotta get those professional jobs. Do all the fun stuff.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah, the fun stuff.
So, all right. But let's start with. Let's use this picture, and then this picture will help us segue into the conversation. So this is a group photo of you guys. Let me temporarily cover us both up. Um, but I see you on the left, I believe, as a cyberpunk character, with your
Hmm.
fiance as well as a cyberpunk character. Or the whole cyberpunk crew is what I want to call this. Is that
Yes.
correct?
for sure.
Nice.
I believe that
Nice.
was Saturday of Techo.
Mm.
We all did one big cyberpunk group. We got a lot more attention than we thought we would. Um, but you know, it was really easy. It was still hot because it was in the middle of June and I was wearing a leather jacket. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, just gotta make sure to hydrate.
Oof, leather jacket in June. The things cosplayers go through. They suffer. They suffer
For sure.
for the con. And then this is you as a Silent Hill nurse. Let me cover us up for a
Yes.
moment. Let's here's cheesy bread, like full face covered, dirty makeup hand, or what is on your skin? How did you get that dirty look?
It's actually so I all of my makeup is from a brand called Sunset Makeup. They're a smaller business online. That is actually their um so they have regular skin tone foundations and then they have color foundations which come in like black, blue, white, pink. I think there's green. That is actually the black foundation that I just smeared all over my body.
That must have taken a lot of product.
Not really. I mean, I am only 5'4", and the that product seems to go a ways.
Hmm.
And plus,
Interesting.
I wasn't concerned about it not being about being patchy because it's nurse and it's it's supposed to be gross looking.
Yes, yes, indeed. Okay. Um, so how did you decide on cosplaying both a Silent Hill nurse and a cyberpunk character? Like, what was the thought
um,
process behind this?
so the cyberpunk character, well, I get okay. Technically, they were both thrown together last minute. Both cosplays were completed in about 2 weeks. Um, The cyberpunk is all thrift store stuff and then patches that I sewed on from that I got from Etsy. And then the silent nurse is I made the mask myself, but the hat and the dress are from just a cheap nurse costume I found on Amazon that I destroyed.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
I
And
have actually I have her crowbar that I made, or not crowbar, whatever this is, pipe. This is just a regular PVC pipe. You can see where the paint has chipped off on the corner here, having the white show through. But, yeah, I just painted this. I spray painted it copper, and then because copper oxidizes a teal color, I made a bunch of teal colors and then, like a bloody red, and then just made it gross looking.
that's
So,
cool.
super lightweight, very easy. Done within like an hour, probably. Not counting dry times.
Alright, I'm trying to zoom in on just you in the group. Your cosplay. That's very cool. Let's see here. Let me
I
ask
have
you.
better pictures of myself of that cosplay on my Instagram. I was trying to send you stuff that I haven't posted.
Mm, actually, I'm gonna pull up your Insta. That's a good idea. So you did. Oh, it looks like you got some really cool shots. Was this another cameraman photo shoot?
Yes. So that was done by our friend, uh, CPD underscore 0123, if I'm saying his username correctly. Let me double check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, CPD underscore 0123.
Very nice.
Actually, let me just type that in the chat.
That's cool.
Oh, PD 0123.
What
There we go.
attracted you to these specific character aesthetics for both your cyberpunk cosplay and then your nurse cosplay?
I like the outlandish look. Um, the nurse was well, I guess cyberpunk was kind of brought up as a joke group cosplay. It's like, oh yeah, it'd be
Mhm.
fun if we did that. And then when some of our friends came in, it's like, are we doing this? And it's like, oh well, I guess so. We guess we're gonna do it.
We're just gonna
So
do it. Okay.
um, cyberpunk was relatively easy. That was more of the on the creative side of our cosplays because you can do literally anything. You don't with the cyberpunk aesthetic or even just in the game. It's the makeup that makes it. As long as you have those like lines on your face from cyberware, you're good. Your outfit is complete. But as for nurse, I heard that my friend, who's that pyramid head, that's the pyramid head that I showed you that I made way back when. He said he was doing that for Techo. I was like, okay, I'll join you. It'd be fun.
Oh,
So
it's gonna make me log
I
in.
threw it together last minute.
Yeah,
You gotta log in.
yeah, it's gonna make me log in. I don't get to see all your photos
No.
for free without logging in.
Unfortunate.
Actually, let me see if I can do it on my. Should I just do a different capture? I can do a separate capture. Oh, no, no, so dangerous, so dangerous.
Don't dox yourself.
I know, it's too easy. It is too easy. So let me go back to Instagram and your Instagram specifically and see if I could just post a direct link and see if it'll let me see more for free. It really does want to make me log in, which is dangerous. Mhm.
Yay!
There we go. So this was your friend in this cosplay?
Yeah.
And you made that the head and the sword?
I made the head and the sword, yes. He made the apron and the bottom piece.
I'll make that large for everybody. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So, and then those photos were done by my other photography friend. Let me get his profile name. IG.
And how long did it take you to make each cosplay? Your cyberpunk and your...
All together, about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm. They both of them were thrown in really last minute. I was attempting to record content with my nurse costume, as in like the tutorials and how I did everything, but because once again Con Crunch hit, I kind of forgot to record anything. So that tutorial will forever remain unfinished.
I got you. And what was the biggest challenges you faced while building these costumes?
For cyberpunk, I guess it's just really nailing down with the specific aesthetic I wanted to face or bring up. Because in Cyberpunk 2077, I mean, you can see throughout our group we have a bunch of varying aesthetics, but I wanted to lean more towards Street Kid, while, as you can see, my fiance leaned more towards Corpo. Everyone else kind of freestyled. My friend in the middle there with the tiny little man bun, he did a mixture of the two. But that, believe it or not, that costume is actually not finished. The pants are way too long for me. I kept tripping over them all day.
Wait, did you got these pants? You
Oh yeah,
made them?
all of the clothes were found
what's
at a
up,
thrift
Pixie Meat?
store, and then we just put our own spin onto them. Hey, Pixie.
Yeah, Pixie Meat, I'm doing an interview with my friend CheesyBreadCat. If you enjoy interview content or would like to collab in the future, I could reach out if you'd be interested. She's telling us about her recent TechoCon experience. She is a con goer. Awesome. Okay. Let me also ask you, how did you approach the makeup and prosthetics for your Silent Hill nurse cosplay? Let me bring that back up.
So for Silent Nurse, that was actually a bit of a struggle because I was trying to have it a bit more detailed. I got up at like 4 a.m. that day, and I was trying to draw little veins all over my body, but they wouldn't stay because eyeshadow is my enemy.
Mm.
So it just came to a point everyone was shouted at me saying that they were leaving and that I should drive separately. And I'm like, nope, I just smudged everything out and then left.
Gotcha. Hopped on the bus. Let's go.
Yep,
Okay.
basically. I sat on a
Also,
plastic bag just so I didn't mess up my friend's car.
mm. And how, like, how do you, how is the mask done? Like, how do you see? Like, I'm so, like,
So
confused how this works.
unlike the pyramid head that I made, I can actually see out of that mask. Um, so it is made out of just plaster. So I made a mold of my face, and then on top of that mold, I laid very thin layers of plaster, and then I took essentially just a really thick sewing needle and just stabbed at the eyes a bunch of times. So while I
Mm.
can see out, people can't see in. I finished that mask day of con. I that morning I was like, I'm not gonna wear it, and then we had to run back to the house for something, and then I changed my mind, and I'm glad I did, because it looks sick in the photos.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's actually, it only covers like to here on my head. Um, the rest, I put on a bald cap that you put under, or a wig cap that you put under wigs. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Chibi. Oh my god, he got me in the boob. They got me in the boob. Uh,
Chief.
um, so after putting on a wig cap, and making sure that my head was basically primed and ready, I held the mask to my face while a, the my a friend of mine wrapped ace bandages around the rest of my head, making sure to cover everything.
Mm. That.
It was definitely hard to breathe, and I did get a little plaster in my eye,
Ugh.
but I think it was worth it.
Wait. Were you able to eat and drink with that?
No.
You had to fast the entire con?
No, fortunately. I did the smart thing and I left it off of my face until we had to go to the photo shoot.
Mm.
So that picture is actually right as we were finishing getting suited up for the photo shoot.
Mm. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
When I hit your face, it seemed to. It's okay, Chippy.
It's okay.
It's
Um.
okay.
All right. How was the overall experience at Techo? Like.
I really enjoy Techo. It's not as what's the word I'm looking for? Not strict. So, when it comes to Katsucon, if you're a cosplayer, you have
Mhm.
this pressure to bring the best of the best. At Techo, it's more laid back, people are chill. It's still definitely a party con like Katsucon, um, but if it's really just filled with a bunch of chill people, you can sit down, relax. There's people in corners taking naps. It's it's great. I really enjoy it. I still end up spending a lot of money there. It's still cheaper than Katsucon, but it's not at the National Harbor.
Mm. Okay. Was it cheaper, like per day, entry
Oh yeah,
um than Katsu?
I think last minute tickets for Katsu are like $80, $90. For Teko, I think they're about 60.
Mm. Okay. So it's a little more chill, more relaxed, but it's a fun con still overall.
Super
Um,
fun.
how did your Silent Hill and your Cyberpunk cosplay go over at Techo? Like, were they well received, or like, tell us about it?
So Cyberpunk was definitely more well received. if especially if we stayed in a group, uh, that's the great thing about group cosplays. If you stay in a group, a lot of y'all look cool together, and people notice you more. So you're gonna
Mm.
constantly be stopped for photos, which I really enjoy because I like talking to people and sharing facts about cosplay and whatever. I'm a social butterfly if you start the conversation.
Mm.
Nurse, since I didn't have the mask on all day, no one really recognized who I was, which is fine. I was also walking around. I believe I sent you a photo of the slippers I was wearing most of the day as nurse, because I wore the heels for like 2 seconds, and then they started hurting my feet. Um,
Wait,
and then so
so you were walking around usually in these cow slippers throughout the entire con?
the entire convention, yes,
Oh
until it
man,
was time for the photo shoot where I put my actual shoes back on.
I got you. And
But
I think in
highly recommend having a pair of con shoes. Those
mm,
forever stay in my car. I have used those outside of conventions too. The last time I went to a winery with my fiance with a pair of heels on, or a
yeah,
pair of wedges, whatever they're called. And towards the end, after our tour was done, I'm like, my feet are killing me. I'm just gonna go grab my slippers, and then I did, and we got to sit there and drink wine while I was in comfy shoes.
nice, absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and it's simple because you could just take photos from the angle up. Like, that's
Very
cool.
true. Yes.
Very true. Um, very cool. Uh, did you participate in a cosplay contest or events? If so, how did it go?
No, I wish I did, but I decided not to. Techo is more about me hanging out with friends. I will be participating in my very first craftsman competition this coming Magfest if I'm like chosen to participate.
Ooh.
Um, Openings actually start right after Thanksgiving for signups, so I have to
Mm.
start building soon because they're requiring like some photo submission of what you're working with right now.
Ah, that's cool. See if they think you'll fit the or be able to compete. I see. I
Mm-hmm.
see. Um, and what was your most memorable moment you had at TechoCon?
Um, Probably it. We normally don't stay for the after party stuff, but this time we we stayed in the game room during the after party stuff. Techo has a giant arcade room where they bring
Mm.
in games, and well, one half is games, and then the other half is like tabletop games, or like Magic card competitions, Yu-Gi-Oh competitions, whatever. You can sit down and watch those, but I already know how to play Magic myself. I don't need to watch people play Magic at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I got pictures to take, but
Mm-hmm.
um, there is always a racing game called I think it's called Initial D that my fiance got me hooked on, and it was uh, me, my fiance, the guy standing in the middle there. I don't know if he wants me to use his name, so I'll just call him Void because that's what his
Void.
Instagram name is. Um, and then uh, the guy holding the red gun that's crouched all the way to the right. We all stayed, and we would just. It was 2-on-2 racing, and then the loser swapped out and tried to beat the winner, and then it would just swap out like that. And I got so close to beating that guy, and then I ran into a roadblock, and it sent me back, and I lost the race.
Oh, that sucks. But at least you had a good time with friends. I mean,
Oh,
that's
for sure.
important. That's the important part. Um, did attending TechoCon give you or inspire you for new cosplay ideas?
Um, Not really. Um, I already have so many ideas running through my head right now. It's hard to focus on one. So
Mm.
when I do focus on one, I am usually already in the process of planning or sourcing materials during other conventions. So during this convention, I was sourcing materials for a cosplay I'm going to wear next year, or starting to make this year. It's a burlesque themed piranha plant.
Mm.
So I believe in the photos I sent was a little tab of what it's going to look like in the end.
Oh, I did also see it is also on your Insta, so I think you're working on this. Okay, and then let me go
Yes.
back to the files. Or was that wasn't in the Techo? Was that in the artist one? Oh yeah.
So I sent you the finished work and then the artist info because I always love crediting the artist.
Okay. So there, the
So
artist made this, and then your artist is this is their business card.
it is, yes.
All right, who is this artist?
So I found them on Etsy. They do a lot of D&D character submissions. Before I commissioned them, I shot them a message because I'm like, I don't know what I want. I don't know
Hmm.
what the price is going to be, but hear me out. um,
Yeah, how
because
do you say that
I
name?
I don't know.
Toronto? Tai
Maybe.
Titanato?
Let me look. I got it in the swirly font, and
Oh, scoundrel saying Twitch broke and played the stream audio of the Magic World Championship at the same time, and I got very confused.
hi
Welcome.
babe.
How are you doing, scoundrel? How are ya? We're talking to this cat because
Maybe
she's
it's
got
Tatanator. Tatanator.
Titanator?
I don't know. I guess
Titanator? Titanator?
it could be.
This TAI Titanator? There you go. So
Yeah.
this person made you this concept drawing or this
Yes.
graphic?
I commissioned that from them because when it comes to doing a lot of research on craftsman competitions, a lot of judges will want you to bring in a reference image, and I can't draw to save my life, so I needed someone else to draw it for me.
Hmm.
So I sent in a bunch of reference images that I had from what I was cooking up in my brain, and that's what they came up with.
All
So,
right.
but it's going to be exciting.
Mhm.
There's going to be exactly 51,840 rhinestones on that costume.
On this one. That is an insane amount of rhinestones.
Very much so. I'm going to sprinkle them down the stockings, down the gloves. I'm going to sprinkle them through the feather bustles, which I'm going to make out of tulle because I don't want to shed feathers throughout the entire convention. The entire head is going to be coated, and then where the black part in the mouth is, that's actually going to be mesh so I can see out of it.
That might get hot.
It's going to be in January, so I think I'll be okay.
Oh, you're gonna freeze. You're gonna have a
I'm
huge
going to
coat.
have the opposite problem, yeah.
Damn, and Jesus is gonna be out there. That's a whole lot of skin out there.
Oh, for sure. I'll have dancer tights underneath, but that's, I'm still exposed up here.
Hmm. Me not watching at work. Okay. Uh, all right. Let me ask you, for the Silent Hell Nurse cosplay, how did you capture the character's eerie, unsettling vibe?
um, it's mostly a lot of cosplay is just looking at your reference image and then winging it, and then checking your reference image to make sure you're winging it correctly.
Mm.
So I had a bunch of pictures of silent nurses up on my phone and my computer screens, and then I just chose paint colors or mixed paint colors that I felt was best. This costume is made with 3 colors of paint. Or no, excuse me. This costume is made with 2 colors of paint, just red and green.
Mm. That's cool. That's cool. All right. What inspired your cyberpunk character's design?
Um, I really like the aesthetic of Street Kids in the Cyberpunk 2077 game. So I really wanted to just capture that, my own little version, my own V. Um, that's the fun part about cosplaying NPCs or just inspired characters, is you can really just do whatever with them, as long as you have some things from the source material that you know makes the belt go off. Like on my pants, I have a patch that said flatline. The back of my jacket has no future on it, which you can find all over the game. Um, I have a side patch here that says Street Kid, and then I have another patch that I'm going to sew on soon. That's just the Cyberpunk Edgerunners logo that's going to go in this shoulder.
Mm,
Oh, and then the shirt, of course, Burn Corpo shit. That's everywhere in the game.
interesting. Interesting.
But it was fun. Highly recommend just making your own characters.
Yeah. And you recommend playing Cyberpunk, correct?
I love Cyberpunk. Yes, you should.
All right. I still need to get to that game. I do feel like I
So far,
missed the meta.
so far, every single ending has made me bawl.
Mm. You were just happy to put eyeliner on me, says
I
Scoundrel.
did. I did put eyeliner on Scoundrel. It was great.
Oh, you made
He
him.
he understood the true pain of makeup.
All right, and I think I've got another group photo. So I think this shows you without the
Yes, that's
mesh.
the single shots. Uh, Let me look up that. It's another photographer.
I have special eyes, so Scoundrel.
He does have special eyes.
Mm,
So the thing about makeup, if you're not used to putting it on in certain areas of your face, it will really itch. Of course, he has never worn eyeliner in his waterline before, so when I put that on, his face got really itchy, or his eyes got really itchy.
interesting. Interesting.
Let's see,
Okay.
who's the photographer? There we go. K. Thorn.
Mm,
I could have just. I probably should have just like provided a.
That's okay, Cheesy. We know you're a busy cat. You're a busy cat. Okay. Let me also ask you. Um,
Yes.
Nail emergency polish remover.
I figured as much. One moment.
one moment. All right. We'll take this moment to do an ad. All right.
I've been meaning to call this restaurant up in Pittsburgh and ask what kind of tequila they use, because I it was we went to dinner every the one tradition that me and my friends have whenever we go to Teco, or I guess any event, but mainly Teco, is after a single day, at least one time during the entire convention, we go out to eat for dinner in our cosplays.
Okay.
Because we're finishing off the night, we're having a good time, we enjoy getting weird looks from people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cosplayer thing. um, so we went to this Mexican restaurant, and me and uh, the guy on the bottom right corner of the photo, uh, he was doing shots, and I'm like, okay, well now I gotta do one. So the waiter poured me a double shot, and it went down so smoothly. There was no gross taste, like the cheap tequila. I've been meaning to call it to figure out what brand they use, because I don't know how much more I can do this. My tastes have gotten better.
No, no, you're having a refined palate, Cheesy. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous for the
It's
wallets.
so dangerous. It
Yep.
is.
Yep. I've been wanting to try that liquor hack. Apparently if you have a Brita pitcher that you dedicate to filtering alcohol, It can make a bad, cheap liquor taste decent, apparently.
Ooh.
Mm. So,
I gotta get a Brita for that. Brita for that.
yeah, small Britter or something.
Best
Yeah.
name of restaurant is it's called Condado.
Mm. Good luck
Get that
spelling that
before I
one.
put it in work for me.
There you go. There you go.
Ugh.
How do you think your cosplays resonated with other attendees at TechoCon?
I think at all anime conventions, everyone is dressed up vastly different, and I think that's what makes it a good mixing pot. Uh,
Mm.
because you can look way out of place in normal public, but at anime conventions, you fit right in like a puzzle piece. It's great.
Mm.
There was actually one or two other people that we saw walking around that were also doing cyberpunk.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
cool.
think my friends got to see them, but I ran into somebody, and he was part of the Maelstrom gang in the game, and it was cosplaying from that. So it was great.
Mm.
we bonded immediately, and that's one of the things that cosplay can really do to a person. It makes you bond really fast.
That's cool. I like it. I like it. Cool. All right. Let me ask you, since you're a crafter and a maker and doing cool stuff, how has cosplaying impacted your creativity and problem-solving skills?
Oh goodness, that's a hard one. Definitely, cosplay challenges you to come up with some gravity-defying, like props and materials. And you, as a cosplayer, if you wanted to make it look right or whatever, quote unquote, because all cosplay is valid. Um, like say you have like a floating halo or something, but you don't want to see the wire. It's someone's figured out like different pieces or like whatever to put it on, or like the what's that one League of Legends character? Is it
Jinx?
League of Legends? I don't even know. Not Jinx. The one with all the giant crystal tails.
Mm, chat's gonna help there. I'm not familiar with any of them besides Jinx.
Oh, good. But she has giant crystal tails, and that itself is just a challenge on getting them to look right. But you know, some specific plastic wrap, uh, carefully placed wiring, uh, glue, tape, whatever, a cosplayer can figure it out. Any, I think that's a really cool part about cosplay is because it forces you to think outside the box. I know with my piranha plant cosplay, with all of those tails, I have to figure out how I'm going to attach them to my back and also have them be removable so I can actually sit down. Um, so I'm thinking that I will just essentially make like PVC type pipe hooks or whatever, and like I still haven't figured out how to put it around my waist, but or have it being secured, but the PVC pipe, whatever. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it's coming off clearly.
Okay, so you've learned that within the cosplay community, there's ways and methods, and you plan like that's part of your problem solving is using the community to crowdsource your problems and see
Oh,
how
for sure.
other people have made it to where your cosplay can be, easily assembled and disassembled so you can be comfortable, be able to sit, be able to eat, be able to do things.
For sure. And Cat Dude did bring up a good point about Techo. It does take place in the same convention that Anthrocon is taking place in. I think they're like a week apart, if I remember correctly, if not like 2 weeks. But like, I mean, if you got a Techo,
What's Anthro? What's Anthrocon?
that's a furry convention.
Oh, okay.
That is all I know about it.
Mm. Wait, did any, furry community members show up at TechoCon?
Oh,
Did
for
you see?
sure. You get furries at any convention, or you'll even have a few pop up at the Renfests. They're pretty cool to look at.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah. Um, how do you see cosplay community evolving in the future?
Hmm. So right now, the
The biggest one in
community
the
is
country?
kind of
Damn.
fighting. Um, oh, is it really cool? Um, right now, the community there's some tension in the cosplay community right now because a
Hmm.
lot of cosplay is being looked at as a popularity contest because you know cosplay is becoming this. It's essentially like a brand new mainstream thing.
Hmm.
So back with the when the OGs had to hand make their entire cosplay, and it wasn't as easy to get those resources. Um, it's like I said, it's right now a lot of people there's some infighting about it being a popularity contest, but if you find the right people, cosplay can bring a large community together. I'm actually in a Discord server uh, that helps provide feedback, and it does like cosplay thrift shops where if someone's selling their cosplay, you can buy it off of them directly. If you need help or have questions or need ideas,
Holy
you
crap,
just
cat dude.
you hmm?
Yep.
13K is last July. They oh, wow.
Man, praise go hard. Praise go hard. Damn.
They do. I mean, your local furry is usually like 9 times out of 10 some guy who works in IT.
Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if there's a correlation. Um,
Money.
yep. That's true. It's expensive. Those persona suits are very expensive and
Oh
very
yeah,
hard
I
to make.
think very true. I think they run about like 3,000 up. I could be lowballing it. I like I said, I don't know much about furry suits or whatever. I just think they look cool.
Hmm. All right.
IT equals furry.
I will say, yeah. So you're seeing with cosplaying being more mainstream. I think you are seeing more like sponsored cosplays. Like
Oh,
there's
for
an
sure.
advert sponsor. Like I think we saw like Jessica Nigiri like really step it up for the whole Borderlands movie. Like
Yes.
they definitely sponsored her and pumped a bunch of money in to make her her cosplay with Mad Moxie, a bunch of other different cosplays she did, and then I'll also say that I do see your community evolving with 3D printing. Even you have started dabbling in 3D printing
I
for your
have.
cosplay. So I think it's going to be a lot more like as as the 3D printing technology gets better, the cosplays will get better with it, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's still going to be like some people prefer to work with foam, some people prefer to work with 3D printing, um, and the whole point is just of cosplay is just to bring everybody together. Right now, just because people are chronically online, there's a lot of there's the toxic people in cosplay are a very small but very loud community. The
Yeah.
rest of the people are great.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a toxic minority in every group. It's just how it goes.
Very true.
Um, ELA is that 3D printing is making costume building easier. Yeah, yeah.
For
Um,
sure. The only issue with 3D printing stuff is one, if you don't have resources for 3D printing, like access to a 3D printer, uh, don't know how to use Blender, stuff like that. Because you could know how to use Blender and then have someone else print out the piece, and then it works out perfectly. But I don't know how to use Blender or how to really 3D print. And my resin printer is only good. It's mainly used for like D&D miniatures, so it's not good for giant props like I want to make.
mhm.
Um, but there's something out there for everybody. There's tutorials out there for everybody. But it's just whatever you find. And if you
Yep.
can't find your own tutorial, you got to figure it out yourself, sadly, which I have to do on a couple of things sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
it's fine.
Yeah, or you find some similar enough concept that you can leverage it to work for you. Okay.
Very true.
Um, what role does cosplay play in your life?
Uh, Honestly, right now, cosplay is currently an act of self care for me.
Mm.
Um, I've been really burnt out with school, and just how busy this season has been for me. So being able to sit down and make something for once and not overthink it is great. It turns the brain off, and sometimes that's all you need.
Wow. So it's both your therapy and your passion.
Mhm.
That's cool. Mild says extendable wings on cosplays are really nice when designers work in tech to extend them. Yeah, we saw
Oh,
some
for
of those.
sure.
Mm.
North Star heard
We
3D
had 3D
printing, and now
printing?
he's
3D
here.
printing? Yeah, CheesyBreadCat uses a resin printer. I think you guys taught me there's two types. I forget what the other type is called. Which
PLA.
PLA, yes, which may be better suited to your needs in the future. Okay.
Correct.
Hmm.
My Ulala gun was made out of resin print, and it took literally forever, and it was so heavy because I didn't know how to hollow out the shapes.
Oh,
So not only, but it didn't break until after I got home, so we're good.
we're good. It served its purpose. North Star says, I miss the quality of resin printing. I don't miss the post processing.
Oh yeah, the post processing is awful. I just recently had to clean out the wash bin for my resin printer, and I did that. I don't know how long ago, but the bin of resin water is still currently outside. Uh, I need to go take care of that eventually. It's fully cured now for sure, but it needs taken care of
Yikes. Yikes.
because you can't just dump it down the drain.
Hmm.
That's bad.
Yep.
And I live on well water, which is
Even,
doing
yeah.
that especially bad. Yeah.
That's coming right back to you. Yeah, no, no, no. Okay. And then like I believe North Star 3D printed a Captain Carter shield,
Oh,
which is
nice.
pretty
Very
cool.
nice.
And he's currently working on a glove, which to me looks like a Thanos glove, but I believe it has a better purpose than looking like Thanos.
Uh, the only other giant glove I can think of is Rebecca from Cyberpunk. So maybe.
No,
I don't know.
what's your glove? I think it's motion capture, right? North Star. What's your glove for? I forget.
Oh, very cool.
Oh,
Lucid VR
VR.
glove. Oh,
Mm,
gotcha.
yep.
Very cool.
Okay.
I actually have a friend who's knows a lot about printing and whatnot, and is currently taking commissions. If you were interested,
Maybe. Maybe.
um, I'm just gonna write his name properly. You'll.
All right. How do you balance the creative process with the practical aspects of cosplay?
I am the kind of person where I have to have it all physically planned out in my head first before I can go out and buy supplies. Um, uh, I I'm one of those few people that can like rotate the apple in their brain. I don't know what it that technically means, but if I think of an apple, I can see all sides of it, whatever. But um so I have to have it all put together piece by piece in my brain, or just get the overall idea. Um so that when I do finally get supplies, I have a general idea of what's supposed to work. And if it doesn't work, we go back to stage one and figure it out again. Do you
Hmm.
spare some time to discuss the Ren Fair too? Heck yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about it in just a moment. Just a moment. All right.
Oh, but yeah. Cosplay's fun.
Oh, you sent some like high. You sent some really. I'm not familiar with this image format, but I can
Oh, that's the
capture.
iPhone image format. Um,
Mm,
that was taken off of my friend's phone after I had troubles uploading my photos to my computer. I changed the image format from my phone, so those HEIC
hmm.
is the iPhone specific format.
I gotcha.
I don't know why it does that. iPhones are stupid. Apple is stupid, but I don't want to learn another platform.
Yep. Uh, I was able to open it with GIMP. With GIMP. 1 second while I trim this up, but this was also like basically a really. Oops. I actually color highlighted. No. Stuff.
Oops.
Oopsie. Escape. No. There we go. Trim up the frame. But the iPhone, it does take a high quality image. I will compliment them on that, but I will agree that they obviously want you to use Apple devices only to be able to look, use, and view these
Right.
pictures that
Uh,
they've made, which is annoying.
I
Oh,
despise MacBooks, so they will not be doing that for me.
hey, little
Hello,
Chalo's here.
hello.
How are you? Shrink this down. All right, now we got a better view of your no future cosplay. That's very cool.
Yes.
And then you also sent this picture. Wait, what is this picture?
It could be anything.
Oh, this is.
Oh, that is the lower deck of Techo. So that's right before you get inside the building. They have
Mhm.
this cool little water feature that you can walk under the bridge. Um, and so that's my friend uh, Parker. That's Void in the center, and then that's my fiance on the right.
Oh, he's got armor.
For sure. I got him that for one of our anniversaries.
Damn, that looks expensive. Not gonna lie.
More than I want to admit.
There you go. There you go. All right, let me move this down. Move this down. Okay. All right. Let's transition. Let's transition. Let's transition the conversation. You recently went to Ren Fair. Can you give us
We
general
did.
overview of that experience? And I'll start to pull up some of those pictures.
So we, as of last weekend, we went to the Pennsylvania Ren Fair in Mount Hope, Pennsylvania.
Mm.
It's out of the other years that we have been, every time we finish, we're like, okay, we got to go 2 days because this Ren Fair is absolutely ginormous and we have to see all of it. So we finally went 2 days this past time. So that's the only photo I have of my first day outfit. That's my classic wench outfit. The pirate hat I just found day of. I just didn't have anywhere to store it. That's just a group photo of who went with us. So of course, me, my future in-laws, their dog. His name's Winston. Or excuse me, their dragon. We have we have Parker in the center. We have Scoundrel right in the right next to him, and then we have my friend who is a book reviewer. Her name's Victoria. And I love her. She's super sweet and she reads crazy fast. And I don't know how she does it because she also has a really busy life and is also planning a wedding and currently works in the medical field.
Mm. Damn. All right, so that was your day one outfit, and I think I have
That was
a
day
day
one.
two outfit with their vampire outfit with a sexy pyramid head.
Yes, so the Ren Fair will occasionally, the closer you get to Halloween, the more likely you're going to see outside of Ren Fair esque outfits. So the theme of this weekend was spooky Hollow Night weekend 2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have 3 weekends of that are just Halloween dedicated. So the kids can run around in costumes and trick or treat from all the different shops, and then the adults can drink and eat turkey legs.
Oh, Cat Dude wants to know, where was this again?
This is at the PA Ren Fair. It's down. It's kind of close to Hershey Park. I think it might be like an hour or so from Hershey. It's Mount Hope.
Mm. There you go, Cat Dude. All right, and then
So
all right,
they were fun. I do appreciate a girly pyramid head. It's you know I gotta appreciate it because I also did pyramid head.
I gotta
It
open the other ones
happens.
with GIMP again. Yep, convert the file. Nope, scoundrels. Got the bartender
So
hostage.
yeah. So he wanted a photo that looked like he was bartering with the skeleton.
Mm,
That's what he ended up with. I also took the same theme of photo. I
mm-hmm.
apparently was I
Like,
was not getting a good deal, as you
nope,
can see.
nope. Oh, very cute. All right, let's ask some Ren Fair specific questions. How was your overall experience at the Renaissance Festival? What were some highlights of the event?
I love the Renaissance Festival. I love how loud it is. I love all the different like noises that come just solely from other people's costumes. Because it is not uncommon for people to deck out their costumes with bells and other jingling things. Um, Plus, you got the swords, and I grew up on run fairs. So
Mm,
when I was little, my parents would always take me to a place called Medieval Times, for my birthday every single year. Um,
because you loved
and
it.
yes, uh, and I don't know if you know what Medieval Times is, but long story short, it's a dinner and show. You sit down, and in the area you sit in is the knight you have to cheer for. And then you watch them like battle for the freedom or the princess love or whatever, and or whoever takes the princess away finally gets to marry her or whatnot. I
Mm-hmm.
think they actually changed their story recently, so I don't know if that's true or not
Mm-hmm.
now, but uh I loved it. It was one of my favorite things to do as a kid, and then eventually we moved on to the Maryland Renfest, which I then grew up on. After that, um, which is just medieval times, but in person. You get to dress up, you get to go shop, you get to. It's not a LARP festival, but there are LARP festivals out there where you get to like pretend to be in that time period, which I've wanted to go to one, but I just haven't planned one out yet. Uh, but since I was little, I loved dragons. My favorite game growing up was Dragon Age. I started playing that in 2009, which I think is when it actually came out, and I still play it to this day. Dragon Age Veilguard is actually supposed to come out on Halloween, so I'm super excited, and I hope my computer can handle it. But
Yes.
medieval fantasy, whatever, that's my shit.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, I
um,
see somebody indulged in the cider while also at the Ren Fair.
yeah. Oh, their cider is so good. There's honestly not a drink that I don't recommend from that Ren Fair.
Mm.
So far, if I were to rank it, Maryland has the best food. Uh, the PA Ren Fair has the best drinks. And then the Pittsburgh Ren Fair has the best entertainment.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. This is from an avid Ren Fair goer, so this is a good tip.
Yes.
Um,
I've been meaning to go to the North Carolina Ren Fair because I know Lainey invited me, but
mhm.
a girl's broke right now, so maybe one year, eventually.
Hmm. You could meet up with Lainey. Yeah, Lainey. That would be a lot of fun.
It would be super fun.
Hmm. What initially drew you to Renaissance festivals, and how does this one compare to others you may have attended?
I any time that I can play dress up is just my favorite time of year, which is why Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the cosplayer in me, I guess. Maybe I was always destined to make costumes and whatnot because I've always loved dressing up. Whenever we went to medieval times, I would always adorn a princess gown with a little princess hat. But now my style has more gravitated to the wench and pirates. It's amazing how those things can change. Um, but I don't know. I've just always loved the medieval fantasy growing
Mm-hmm.
up. It's something I've always gravitated to. I had specifically the Dragon Encyclopedia or whatever it's called, and it was a giant red book, and you opened it and it told you a bunch of different facts about different dragons around the world, and it had things like the like scales you can feel, or like uh, uh, runes that like a rune dictionary, so you can learn to write in runes. It was so cool. Did you tell me what they were dragging? Beppo, what are you on about?
I feel like that's a deep D's nuts joke.
Oh, for sure.
I
100%.
Cheesy took the bait. I did not. There we go. Oh,
So, this photo specifically
okay.
was actually taken at the place where my fiance proposed to me. Except instead of a ring he's holding up now, it's his model replica of a flintlock.
Nice. Okay. That's right. He proposed to you at the Ren Fair.
Yes, he proposed to me at this Ren Fair, and I can't be any happier.
So now he's
It was,
taking you hostage. Now he's your. That's funny.
if not the other, it's more likely the other way around. The reason we're dating is because of me. He was very oblivious.
Yeah. Boys are generally oblivious.
It
Uh,
happens.
okay. Uh, okay, let's go back to your wench elf. Or actually, let's talk about both of them. Your wench elf and your pirate vampire costumes sound fantastic. What inspired these characters' choices for the festivals?
So my wench outfit is actually I just replaced the corset. So what you see in the photos is my brand new corset. Um, it was actually that one was actually inspired by what my grandmother made me back in middle school. But as time grew on and I started carrying more stuff, I got bigger as a person. It was time for my 25th birthday at the Maryland Ren Fair. We went September 28th. I decided that it was time for me to retire my middle school costume and kind of upgrade it. So I got a new bodice, which handles the amount of shit I carry on my belt because I carry so much stuff. Um, but that's just me. I carry a lot of things as in general. My purse is basically a mini survival kit. I have my agenda in there. I got a sewing kit. I got my hand sanitizer. I got a snack in there. I got emergency underwear, a toothbrush. I got deodorant, whatnot. It's if you can name it, it's probably in there. So that's essentially what I carry on my belt too, because you never know what you're gonna need. And
Damn.
me being a clumsy person, well, I always carry around band-aids too, so you know.
Hmm.
um, so and then the tankard and the green uh the I don't even know what it's like a vase, but I hang it from my belt. It's supposed to carry water, but really, at the moment, the only thing I've put in it so far is soju.
Oh. Cause prepper.
I
True. I bet she even has a kitchen sink. I was like, boy, that is a lot of stuff, and the list kept going.
Oh yeah, no, I have a lot of stuff in my purse.
Mhm.
Which I'm fine. It's my cross to bear.
Yep, everyone needs a backpack with all that stuff in the trunk of their car. Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
that's a good list. Yeah. Um. Yep.
But my pirate outfit was actually made the first day that I went to that fair.
Mm.
I just knew we were going 2 days. I didn't have a second outfit, and I wanted something different. I already had the fangs. Highly recommend that brand of fangs. It's a scarecrow, something you can find it on Amazon and Spirit Halloween, but they're cheaper on Amazon. I was trying to make a tiefling pirate, but the horns didn't work out. They kept sliding down my head. I don't know why the glue didn't hold. Maybe I put too much glue. I don't know. It's fine. So we just
Mhm.
ended up being a vampire instead of a tiefling. Um, but I got the hat. The only thing that's not mine of that outfit is the skirt. My mother-in-law let me borrow her extra skirt, and everything else besides the shirt and my belt accessories, I bought the very first day of the Ren Fair. So I dropped a bit of money. Just
Yeah, rent fares are expensive for you. But
a bit.
Peppa says I have a backpack in my car that has anything I would need if I had to run away because aliens wanted to abduct me. Has super useful because one of my friends says, "Hey, we forgot to tell you we're heading to Vegas right now. Want to come?" And I'm already totally set to go for the weekend. Also, I'm at work and need to shave. I've got it in the backpack. Interesting. Um,
Heck yeah, Beppo.
nice.
That's
And
what we're
Splitfire
talking
says,
about.
"Noted. Too much glue equals horn slide off head." True. True.
Like I said, I don't know if I used too much glue or if the horns were too heavy. I can tell that they were made out of resin. Um, and that they weren't hollowed out. But so when I put them on, they were just slowly every time. Except when every time I looked at one of my another person that I was getting ready with, they were like, "Hey, your horns are uneven." So I'd constantly adjust them, and it just came to a point. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna rip these things off my head. So I ripped them off, and then for the week after, I was just left with really two patches of really dry skin on my forehead for
Oof.
the rest of the week.
Oof.
Um, Aquifer came in clutch though,
Mm, I got you.
but
Um,
but the vampire fit in with the spooky Halloween night themed weekend, so I can't complain.
I got you. How did the people at the festival respond to your costumes? Did they spark conversations or interactions?
So usually the most interaction you'll get at a Renaissance festival is just as you're walking by, hey, I love your costume. Um, Unless you go up and like physically start a conversation with them. So I've done that to a couple people. People did that to us. It's all in good fun. It's a big festival. We're all trying to get somewhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance festivals are more of hanging out with your friends than mingling at with other costumers or other goers like at conventions, which is fine. I enjoy having the ability just to spend a nice weekend with my loved ones instead of worrying about having to network with other people.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Um, did you role play while you were at the festival? And if so, what was it like?
A little bit. We just made some uh snide little jokes towards each other. I joked with my fiance that I had mange. But that's it. Most of your role playing will definitely come forward with LARPs, which I haven't been to yet.
Mm, I got you. Okay. Did your costumes influence how you interacted with others or participated with festival activities?